Recording in progress.
We are starting with this paper, which is October-November 2023, variant 1-2. It's a paper 1. Now let's look at the first question. The first question says, work out, and this is all about basic mathematical operation, decimal multiplication, division with decimal, and the rule of BODMAS. Now let's get started. First thing first, 0.05 into 0.3, 5 over 100 into 3 over 10. I can write this thing as 15 over 1000. I can also write a lot of zeros like this and write a 15 and then divide by 1000. So 1, 2, 3 decimal. So therefore the answer is 0.015. This is also good. This is also perfect. I can just erase the extra zeros. That was just to get you started. The next one, 600 divided by 0.2. So 600 divided by 0.2. That is 600 divided by 2. 0.2 is becoming 2, so add a 0. So therefore, this answer is 3000. Now the rule of BODMAS applies over here. That is 20 minus 12 divided by 8 minus 6. So let me first apply the bracket. So I'll write this thing as 20 minus 12 divided by 2. So now this will be done first. So this is 20 minus 12 over 2, which is 6. 20 minus 6 is 14. Now let's look at this question. The question says this rectangle is split into square of two different sizes. So there are the small squares and then there is a big square. So find the fraction of the rectangle that is shaded gray. So what we can do is that we can draw some lines. And we know that this is 1 unit. This is 2 unit. This is also like 2 unit because it's a square. So therefore, this is again 1 unit. So let me draw some lines over here. So I'm drawing a line like this. So let me get the ruler ready. So one line is drawn like this. Another line is like this. And then I think all the horizontal lines are drawn. Let me draw some vertical lines like this. So now I have created squares all of equal sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there are 3 rows. So 7 into 3 is 21. So let me write 21 in the denominator. And how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are shaded. So the answer is 5 over 21. Next question. Find the decimal, which is exactly halfway between 3/5 and 68%. Now 3 over 5 is 0.6. I can write it as 0.60. I can even write this thing as 60%. And 68%, let it remain as 68%. So we have 60, we have 68%. What is exactly halfway? That's the average of this two, which is 64%. So I can write 64%, I can write 0.64. It means the same thing. The next one, write this number correct to 3 decimal places. So this is the decimal. And then there is 1 and 2 and 3 and focus on the 4th one. So 8 is greater than 5. So it will convert the rest. I mean the next number, not the everything, just the next number. So this is 4.07 and this answer is 4. That is the answer for this particular part. Evaluate cube root of 64. You can write the answer directly. You can write this thing as 4 raised to power of 3 raised to power of 1/3, which comes out to be 4. Sonu records the temperature in degrees Celsius at midnight every day for 12 days. Here are the results in order, starting with the coldest. So coldest is the smallest number and hottest is the largest value, the positive value. Cold is negative, hot is positive, 0 is neither positive nor negative. Find the range of temperatures. So the hottest one is which? That is 7. The coldest one is which one? Negative 6. So the difference is 7 minus 6, which comes out to be 13. So write it over here. The median temperature is 1. Find the value of T. Now it's for 12 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The middle two values, 12 divided by 2 is 6th. So 6th and 7th, their average is the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th value. This is the 7th value. That means negative 1 plus T divided by 2 should be the median value. And this median equals to 1. So T minus 1 over 2 equals to 1. T minus 1 equals to 2. T comes out to be 3. So the value of T is 3. It's the concept of median. If the median is being taken of even numbers, we take the middle two value and we take the average. If it was an odd number of scores, we would just take the middle number and that would be the answer. Now the next question. This is Anna and Ria share some money in the ratio 5:9. Ria receives $8 more than Anna. So let me write it like this. So there is Anna, there is Ria. They are sharing in the ratio of 5:9. Ria receives $8 more than Anna. So if Anna receives X, Ria receives X plus 8. That is the basic working that needs to be done. So we will cross multiply like this. So 5 into X plus 8 equals to 9 into X. 5X plus 40 is 9X. Therefore, 40 is 9 minus 5, which is 4X. Therefore, X comes out to be 10. This is what? This is the amount that is received by Anna. And what is the amount received by Ria? So this Anna is receiving X, this is 10, and Ria is receiving 18. So therefore, total is $28 that was distributed between them in a particular ratio. Next question is about angles. AB and CD are parallel lines. And then we have EC and FB are parallel lines. So let me just highlight them. So let me just mark some parallel lines. So this is a parallel line. And this line is parallel to this. The green and the green are parallel. And then we have the reddish one, the pinkish, this one, and this one. These two are parallel. So now the question says, let me just draw it parallel, otherwise I won't feel comfortable doing the working. So now the question says, find the value of X, find the value of Y. So when we talk about X, this X is the same thing as 73. This is corresponding angle. They are not asking for any reason. I am just writing it for myself. That is corresponding angles. And let me write it properly because the straight line was open. That is 73 degrees. Find the value of Y. Now over here, if this is X, this is also X. So therefore, this is 73 degrees. And now if I add this Y with this 73, that should add up to 180. So Y plus 73 degrees is 180 degrees. This is interior angles, one acute, one obtuse. Therefore, Y comes out to be 107 degrees. That is the answer for this particular part. So basic angle calculation. Now transformation. Shape A and triangles PQ are drawn on a centimeter square grid. So this is P, that's a triangle. This is Q, that is another triangle. And this is a shape A, which is like a rectangle, a big square minus a small square. So now what we do is that they're asking describe fully the single transformation that maps P onto Q. So now P onto Q, definitely it is a rotation. This one was the base. Let me just highlight it. So this one was the base, and this base becomes converted to height. This one is the height, and this gets converted to a base. So now this is rotation. That's the first thing. So this is rotation 90-degree clockwise. Now it should be about a particular point. How would we check whether that's the origin or not? Just consider one point. Let me consider this point, which is 5 and 1. And this point is basically this one. So this is 1 and minus 5. So 5, 1 becomes 1 and negative 5. AB, A comma B becomes B comma negative A. This happens when the center of rotation is the origin, and it's a 90-degree clockwise thing. So therefore, this is 0, 0. Go through my lectures on transformation. So everything is explained in detail. When it is a 90-degree clockwise rotation, our coordinates flip, new y coordinate changes sign, because if something is moving from here to here, x coordinate will be positive, this would be negative. Now the rule is derived from first to fourth quadrant, but it's applicable everywhere. Similarly, if we are going from first to fourth quadrant, what happens is that again the coordinates flip, AB becomes BA, but now the x coordinate is negative, so it becomes minus BA. And then there are rules for 180-degree rotation and things like that. Now shape B is an enlargement of shape A. So we have shape A, we don't have shape B. We have to draw that. The center of enlargement is 5, 5. So let me mark 5, 5, which is somewhere over here. So 5, 5 is like this. This is the center of enlargement. So let me mark this as C. Now it says the area of the shape is 27. Now, first of all, what's the area of this shape? This is 1 by 1, which is 1, 1, 1, which is 3 centimeters square. So area of A is 3 centimeters square. Area of B is 27 centimeters square. That means the rule is if the scale factor is K, when we talk about this thing, so what happens is that we do this thing, that area of enlarged is K square times area of original. So remember, A, this is the original one. Or you can say this is the object. And this is the image. So therefore, if this is 27, this is K square, this is 3. So 9 is K square, K is positive. Why? Because it's not saying anything about the negative thing. And neither do we have the space to make it negative going like that. So we will just take the positive value. So K is square root of 9, and we will just take the positive value, that is 3. Because it does not say anything about upside down or things like that. Now, draw this shape on the grid. Now, there are some points over here. Let me mark those points. Let me start with this point, which is the blue one. And let me call this point, we have A, P, Q, C. Let me call this point as R. Now, in order to move to R, what we do is that we go 1 unit down and 2 units to the left. So we are going 1 down and 2 left. When the scale factor is 3, 1 down becomes 3 down, and 2 left becomes 6 left. So let me mark this point. So from here, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this point, negative 1, 2, this point is the coordinate. So let me mark over here negative 1, 2, if I'm not mistaken, or negative 1, 1. Let me just count the working. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Negative 1, 2. So negative 1, comma 2, that is R prime. Now I don't have to do it with the other points. So what we can do is that we can just label some more points. So R, S, T, U, V, W. This I'm doing it for explanation purposes. It's not required by the examiner. Now RS is how many units high? 2 units. So now because of scale factor 3, it will become 3 times the size. So let me draw it over here. That should be 6. So I'm using the ruler. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is where we will stop. And I'll mark this thing as S. From S till T, it's 1 unit. So now it should be 3 units. So now this is 1, 2, and 3 like this. So this is T prime. This is S prime. T till U is 1 unit. Now it should be 3 units because of the scale factor 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So therefore, this is U prime. Now U till V, again, it's 1 unit. So now it should be 3 units. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So this 1 and this is 3. Okay, hold for a second. Yeah, this is just labeling is a little bit mixed up. So let me just get this thing straight. Okay. And what else is there? R till W should be 6 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now let me connect the dots. That's like this. And that is like this. So therefore, let me mark U prime. This is V prime. This is W prime. There is no harm in double checking. First of all, the scale factor is 3. And then we have all this thing. So this is minus, I think it's just shifted 1 unit this way. So let me just just shift it like this. So that was minus 1, 2, and I think I made it. Now it's perfect. So the first thing was this thing. We started off with this. This is 1 down and 2 left. So now it's 1, 2, 3 down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. The rest is all perfect, all good. So now they're not asking for the coordinates. They're asking for us to draw it. So now this is done. Question number 8. So write this number in standard form. So this is 0.00493. And what I do is that I'll move the decimals 1, 2, and 3. So this is 4.93. Since the number is in decimals, we write 10 to the power negative 3. Basically, this is 493 over 1000. So this is actually 4.93, and then it's upon 1000. So that can be written as the standard form, 4.93 10 to the power negative 3. The next one, we have to multiply and we have to give the answer in standard form. So let me take 4, let me take 2. So 4 into 2, 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power negative 2, 4 into 2 is 8. And remember one thing, that when we write in the standard form, it is a times 10 to the power n, where a should lie between lesser than 10, but greater than or equal to 1. So 4 into 2 is 8. That is perfect. When we multiply this 2, this is 10 to the power 7. So this is 8 into 10 to the power 7. That was 2 basic. Question number 9. Write 180 as a product of its prime factors. So I'll write 180 as 4 into 45. I'll write 4 as it is. 45 as 3 into 15. I'll write 4 as it is, then 3, and then 5. I'll write 4 as 2 into 2 and 3 into 3 into 5. This is 2 square into 3 square into 5. That is 2 square into 3 square into 5. No harm in double checking. You have all the time in the world for double checking. This is 4. This is 9. 36. 36 into 5, 180. Now, express as a product of its prime factors, we also have 36. So we have 36, which is 2 square into 3 square. We have n, whatever is n, that is 2 square into 3 into k, and k is greater than 3. K is not equal to 3. 180 is the lowest common multiple. So 180, that is 2 square into 3 square into 5. 180 is the LCM of 36 and n. Find the value of k. So we have 2 square, and this is 2 square over here. Then we have 3 square and 3. We pick the bigger one, that is 3 square. Now, there is only k over here, and the LCM has a 5. That means, since we definitely know there is no 5 in 36, so therefore, if we are getting a 5 in the LCM, that means k should be 5. That is the working over here. So now, let me solve these two questions, and then I'll just look at if someone has asked any particular question. Write each number correct to one significant figure. So we have 1240, we have 3.8, we have 11.2. So 1240, this is the second significant figure. So it lies between 1000 and 2000. It's closer to 1000 to pick this. 3.8, that's the second significant figure. It lies between 4 and 3. It's closer to 4, so pick 4. 11.2, that's the second significant figure. 11.2 lies between 10 and 20. It's closer to 10, so pick 10. So we have 1000, we have 4, we have 20. Show these steps. And then multiply and divide and square root. So square root of 1000 into 4 divided by 20. So first cancel of the zeros. So this 0 and this 0 cancels out. And 2 1s are and 2 2s are cancels out. If I'm not mistaken, that is 1000. And 4, 3.8 is 4, and 11.2 is 10. That's not 20, that's 10. So that's my mistake. Let me correct myself. So therefore, writing everything clearly makes sense. So just remove the extra stuff because that might cause confusion. So I've removed everything extra. So now this is 1000, 3.8 is 4, and 11.2 is 10. So let's simplify. So this 0 and this 0 cancels out. So that is square root of 400. Square root of 400 is 20, and that's the answer. Question 11, basic inequality. 7m minus 13 is less than or equal to m. 8. 7m is less than or equal to 8 plus 13, which is 21. M is less than or equal to 3. M is less than or equal to 3. Solve the simultaneous equation. Your choice, whether to use elimination or substitution. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. So if I take equation 2 and multiply by 2, what happens? 6x minus 4y, multiplication by 2, multiplication by 2, multiplication by 2. So this is the new equation, which is 2a. So now take this equation and add it up. 5x plus 4y is equals to 14. 6x negative 4y equals to 30. When I add it up, the y terms cancels out. 5 plus 6, 11x. And then 5 plus 6 is 11, and 14 plus 30, that is 44. So therefore, y comes out to be 4. Once we obtain the value of y, you can plug in any equation. Let me plug in equation 1. So equation 1 is 5x plus 4y is equals to 14. 5x plus 4 into 4 equals to 14. 5x is equals to 14 minus 16, that is negative 2. and we find the value of x. So therefore, if I'm not mistaken, this is 5x plus 4y. Y is, I think I made a small mistake over here. This is not y, this is x. That is why I had a feel that I'm getting something wrong. That's how easy it is to make mistakes. I subtracted, I added, and got rid of y. I mistakenly wrote y. So that was my mistake. 11x is equals to 44. Therefore, x is equals to 4. Now plug in equation 1. 5 into 4 plus 4y is equals to 14. 20 plus 4y is equals to 14. Therefore, 4y is negative 6. Therefore, y is negative 6 over 4, which can be written as negative 3 over 2. So y is negative 3 over 2 and x equals to 4. So let me pause the recording for a while. Actually, without pausing, I can look at it. So yes, some people, how many significant figures we have to give our answers if it is not specified in the question? And someone has pointed out 11x and 11y. Thank you for that. So now the thing is, in paper 1, significant figure issue is not an issue. The reason being that over here, the answers are exact. When they need something to be simplified for this estimation thing, they will tell you, since they want the final answer, so they will tell you that work in one significant figure, work in two significant figure. Otherwise, nowhere do you see any significant figure. Rounding off, they will specify what thing is there. When it's a paper 2, of which 2 papers are left, so of 2023, over there, the final thing is 3SF for everything, 1 decimal place for angle and degrees. So let's continue with this. Let me just double check one thing with the recording. Everything is going perfectly fine. So now let me get started with this. So now it says a list of 8 numbers has a mean of 12. So there are 8 numbers and the mean is 12. That means the sum would be 8 into 12, which is 80 plus 16, 96. The first 5 numbers has a mean of 9. So first 5, the mean is 9. So the sum of these numbers is 5 into 9, which is 45. So out of 8, we have the first 5. So what is left? Find the sum of the remaining 3 numbers. Very easy. That is 96 minus 45. So 45 is 90 and then 6. So 45 plus 6 is 51. So this answer is 51. That's right over here. Question 14. This is loci. I'll just be doing an approximation of this because I cannot use all these geometrical instruments on the iPad. Measure the angle ABC. So ABC, just a rough figure. So ABC, I think it lies something like around 50 degrees. This is just a wild guess. So whatever I'm doing over here, the purple thing will be wild guess. So this is 50 degrees. Using compasses and straight edge, construct the perpendicular bisector of AC. So we have A, we have C, we need a perpendicular bisector. So we open the compass to more than half. Let me show you. We open the compass. This is AC, more than half. So maybe something like this. We draw an arc, with the same opening, draw some more arc. And that is how you get the perpendicular bisector. Again, just a rough figure, something like this. So I think that's a pretty good approximation that I've done. And something like this, just these lines. So this is part B. That is the perpendicular bisector. And now the next part. On the diagram, that is part C. On the diagram, shade the region inside the triangle that is nearer to A than to C. So nearer to A is on this side of the perpendicular bisector, because over here, everything will be equal between A and C. But over here, inside this is closer, more than 6 centimeter from B. Now, more than 6 centimeter from B, let me draw a circle, a rough circle, something like this. And let me take it up. So why is it not going up? Okay. So let me take it up, and this is from B. So let me just minimize this thing a bit. Okay. Again, this is again a rough circle. So this is not exact. This is not exact. This is just a diagram. So now it should be more than 6 centimeter. So more than 6 centimeter, I can erase the extra thing that is in that circle. I can erase this much. And let me erase this thing over here. So I have drawn an arc like this. So it should be more than 6 centimeter. This is exactly 6 centimeter according to the diagram. And more than 6 centimeter would be anything over here, but it has to be closer to A. So the final shading is this thing. These crosses, something like this, will be the answer for this particular part. Let me repeat this thing again. First of all, what they have done, they have asked you for the angle. That's just another standalone question. Then they ask you for the perpendicular bisector for AC, A and C. Then the points closer to A and at the same time more than 6 centimeter from B. So it would be everything over here. But since this is the 6 centimeter circle, so it should be outside of this circle. So that's how this thing is drawn. Now the question says, the second term of a sequence is 28. The fifth term of a sequence is 16. Find the first term, the third term, and the fourth term of a sequence. A very nice question. So let me write like this. We have T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5. We are given the second term of a linear sequence. Now, this is the key word. That is linear. That means it's an arithmetic progression, arithmetic sequence. The difference is constant. That is the key word. So now we have the second term. This is 28. And we have the fifth term. That is 16. That means there is a difference over here. There is a difference over here. There is a difference over here. There are three differences over here. So this difference is D, this is D, this is D. So 28 minus 16 is actually equals to 3D. So 12 is equals to 3D. Therefore, D comes out to be 4. In other words, we have 28 and this difference is actually negative. Why? Because it's 16 minus 28. The numbers are decreasing. So numbers are decreasing. So therefore, this is 28 and then negative 4. This makes it 24. Then 4 negative. That is 20. That is 16. That makes perfect sense. And the one before, that has to be 4 greater. So this is 32. So what do we have? We have 32. Second term is 28. Third term is 24. And fourth term is 20. That's how we get this answer. Naturally, if the numbers are becoming lesser, the common difference is negative. If the numbers are becoming greater, the common difference is positive. So you can just calculate a positive value and then give a negative sign yourself. Now, question number part B. These are the 5 terms of a different sequence. I have a separate video on it related to quadratic sequence. This is a quadratic sequence. Now, how do I know this? First of all, the difference between 3 and 9 is 6. The difference between 9 and 19 is 10. Let me make it like this. The difference between 19 and 33 is 14. 33 and 51, that is 80. So now the differences are forming a linear series for itself, just like this, a linear sequence, an AP. Now calculate the second difference. So therefore 6 and 10, the difference is 4. 10 and 14, the difference is 4. 4 and 18, the difference is 4. Now, about quadratic sequence, I have taught you something, that is Tn is an square plus bn plus c. Now, some of you might be watching it for the first time. So let me make you understand this thing. If I plug in n is equals to 1, T1 is a plus b plus c. If I plug in n is equals to 2, T2 is 4a plus 2b plus c. If I plug in n is equals to 3, T3 is 9a plus 3b plus c. Now, this difference over here, this first of all, the first term is a plus b plus c, which is 3 in this case. So a plus b plus c equals to the first term, which is 3. Let me keep it on the sidelines. Then this difference, the difference between the first and the second term, which is this 6 over here, that is 3a plus b. That is the first term of first difference. So therefore 3a plus b equals to 6. That is second equation. And now we have the difference between over here, that is 9 minus 4, that is 5a, and this is b. Now, if I take the difference between these two, so we get the second difference, which is constant. This is 5a minus 3a, which is 2a. So now this 2a equals to 4. So now this is the working. 2a is equals to 4, a is equals to 2. That's the first thing. Plug in this equation, the blue equation. 3a plus b equals to 6. 3 into 2 plus b equals to 6. Therefore, b comes out to be 0. Plug in the third equation, the purple equation. A plus b plus c equals to 3. A is 2, b is 0, c is c equals to 3. Therefore, c comes out to be 1. Now plug all the things where they belong. In this case, b is 0, a is how much? A is 2, c is 1. So therefore, Tn is 2n square plus 1. That's your answer. So this is called quadratic sequence. In a quadratic sequence, the first difference forms an AP and the second difference is constant. And this is the formula and these are the shortcut. So now let's move to question number 16. It says work out the value when p is equals to 40. So t is 40 minus 4 square root, which is square root of 36, which comes out to be 6. So t comes out to be 6. Rearrange the formula to make p the subject. So t is square root p minus 4. Now, how can we free the thing inside the square root? Square both sides. So t square is p minus 4. Make p the subject, which is 4 plus t square. So this is 4 plus t square. So now this is question number 16. That's done. Question number 17. Read the question. The question says, the heights of 80 plants are measured. The table shows the result. This is cumulative frequency. This is the height. This is the upper class boundary already given. How do I know it's upper class boundary? Because of the lesser than equal sign. Draw a cumulative frequency diagram. Use your diagram to find an estimate for the interquartile range. And then the third part. Now, first of all, we have 2 and 4. So let me mark these points. So we have 2 and 4. So now, first of all, look at the grid. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and so on. This is 10. So one small square is 2 units. Keep that in mind. So the first thing is 2 and 4. So 2 and 4, that is this point. Then we have 4 and 18. So 4 and 18, that is this point. Then we have 6 and 42. So 6 and 40 and 42, that's right over here. Then we have 8 and 60. 8 and 60 is over here. Then we have 10 and 72. So 70 is here and over here, and 12 and 80, that is the last point. Now, it's a good idea to join it with this, because there is not a single plant that has a height of 0 or less. So let me mark some crosses so that it's easily visible, because the dots, they disappear when we draw it with a line. So now let me join it properly. So now this goes like this. This line is too thick. And then keep on going up, up, up. And that's the shape that you get. Now find an estimate for the interquartile range. So first of all, we need to find lower quartile that corresponds to 25% of cumulative frequency. Then we will find upper quartile that corresponds to 75% of cumulative frequency. So we need lower quartile value, we need upper quartile value, and once we obtain this, we will find interquartile range, which is upper quartile minus lower quartile. So 80, 25% of 80 is 20. So let me go to this thing and let me draw a horizontal line like this. And let me read this value. So I think this is 4.2. So the lower quartile value is 4.2. Similarly, let me go to 75% of 80, which is 60. So I've drawn a line like this, touch the graph, and 60 was giving me 8. So this was a point already on the graph. And the upper quartile value is 8. So therefore, the difference IQR interquartile range is upper minus lower. 8 minus 4.2 is 3.8. Now it says plums are sold when they're taller than 8 centimeter. 28 of these plants are sold. Find the value of each. So these are plants, not plums. So 28 are above each centimeter. So 80 minus 28 are lesser than or equal to each centimeter. So 80 minus 20 is 60, 60 minus 8 is 52. So 52 plants. Now read the corresponding value. So this is 40, this is 50, this is 52. Let me grab the line. So this is 52, that is like over here. Touch the graph and read of the value. So this is 6, this is 7, and this is like 7.1. So therefore, this answer is 7.1 centimeter. That's the answer for this thing. Make sure that when we are working with cumulative frequency, the concept is based upon less than. So 28 are above a certain height, therefore 52 are below a certain height. We read off the value. So we can use the centimeters to find cumulative frequency. We can use cumulative frequency to find the corresponding centimeter in this diagram. Now we have question number 18, which looks like speed, time graph, and acceleration, and all these things. So now it says the diagram shows the speed time graph of part of a journey of two cyclists A and B. Now the two cyclists are as follows. So let me just draw the line. Cyclist A is this one, this reddish kind of line. So let me choose this thing. That is cyclist A, and the other one, the blue one, is the cyclist B. So now the question says, find the acceleration of cyclist A during the first 20 seconds of the journey. Now, remember that this value is 1 and this value is 7. So this is 7, this is 1. So the change in y is 6 meter per second over a period of 0 till 20 over 20 seconds. So 6 divided by 20, that is 3 over 10. I think it's a good idea to leave the answer in the exact form also, and that is perfectly acceptable. So change in speed over change in time. Find which cyclists travel further in the first 20 seconds and by how many meters. When we talk about cyclist A, the area under the graph, that's a trapezium. So this is 1, this is 7, this is 20. We can find the distance covered. So this area is equal to distance covered in a speed time graph, that is half 1 plus 7, and this thing is 20. So 8 divided by 2, that is 4. 4 into 20 is 80 meters. When we talk about cyclist B, that is simply 5 into 20, which is 100. So cyclist B, the area is the distance covered. That is 5 into 20, that is 100. So we have 80, we have 100. What is the difference? The difference is 20 meters. And who travels further? Cyclist B travels further. So now question number 19. This is basic algebra. Writing as a single fraction. 20 is also like factorization. So let's get started with 19 first. We have 8 and 4 and 16 over here. So now I think we should take LCM. So the first thing is 8, 4, and 16. The LCM is 16. So this thing over here, this negative and this 5x remains the same because this and this is exactly the same. So this is negative and this is 5x. Let me put a bracket. Now, when we talk about x plus 1, since there is 8 over here, there is 16. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So this is 2 times x plus 1. And what about this one? This is 4. This is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So this is 4 into 3x. So now let's simplify. This is 2x plus 2 plus 12x minus 5x divided by 16. 2 plus 12 is 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. So this is 9x plus 2. And this is divided by 16. So this is 9x plus 2 over 16. Factorize. There are 4 terms. This is called factorization by grouping. So we take the first 2 terms and then we take the next 2 terms. And usually that's how it works, the way it's written as it is. You can also change the order and you can double check. So if I take C common, I'm left with 2D from the first one and then E over here. And this is 2CD plus CE. So I have taken C common. This is 2D plus E. And over here, if I take negative 3 common, that's also 2D plus E. So now 2D plus E, C minus 3. So this is C minus 3, 2D plus E. That's the answer. It's an expression because the examiner always talks about people introducing equal sign for themselves and solving an equation. It's not an equation. It's not an equation because there is no equal sign. Okay. Now this one, first take common. This is 3 common and we are left with v square minus 9t square. This is 3. This is v square minus 3t whole square. You can also write it directly. That is 3 v plus 3t, v minus 3t. So this is 3 v plus 3t, v minus 3t. So first I put a bracket for simplification. After the simplification is done, I can remove this bracket if I want to. So now question 20 is done. 21. Diagram A shows the sector of a circle, center D and radius 3/4 pi. So this is center D and radius 3/4 pi. The obtuse angle is 6x degrees. Now let me do some shading as usual. So we have this thing. That is the radius. And then we have this thing. That's another radius. And let me for right now Let me read further. Now it says the diagram B shows a sector of a circle, center P, radius y. The sector angle is x. Now over here, they did not write the sector angle. They simply wrote that this is an obtuse angle. The first part, the length of the major arc EF is 9 times the length of the arc QR. So now it's talking about the major arc. That means if they are talking about the major arc, so we are interested in this thing. This is the major arc. That means we are talking about this angle that is right over here, and this angle over here, that is how much? Let me remove this thing. So this is 360 degrees minus 6x degrees. So we are not interested in this, we are interested in this angle. Now over here, what are we dealing with? We are dealing with this radii, that is y, this radii, that is also y, and then this is the arc length that we are talking about. So now it says length of major arc is 9 times length of arc QR. So length of major arc is 360 minus 6x, 360 degrees. There's no need of writing the degree sign when doing the calculation. Minus 6x divided by 360 into 2 pi r into 2 pi into r is 3 over 4y. This equals to length of our QR, but there is a 9 over here. This is x over 360 into 2 pi y. X over 360 into 2 pi into y. Now, first of all, very comfortably, look at all the working. There is no hurry. That is the angle. So this angle divided by 360 in this ratio of 2 pi r, that is the formula for circumference. 2 pi is a constant and r in this case is 3/4 y. 9 is given in the formula. X over 360, that is x out of the whole 360. 2 pi r, this time r is y. Show that x is equals to 20. So the answer is already given. So you should not go wrong. So first of all, let me get rid of 2 pi and 2 pi. The first thing is done. Secondly, let me get rid of 360 and 360. It's the same thing on both sides and multiplying. So when one, if it's taken to the other side, it will cancel out. The third thing, this y and y will also cancel out. So what am I left with on the left-hand side? On the left-hand side, I'm left with 360 minus 6x into 3 over 4. And on the right-hand side, we have a 9 and we have a y. So this is what we are left with. Actually, the y is gone. So it's 9 and x. So let me remove this. And the purple color, that is this x over here. Actually, the color that I was using for this is blue. So therefore, let me use the blue color. So it makes all sense. So now this is what we are left with. So now cross multiply, but do not be in a hurry. So first of all, 360 minus 6x into 3 is equals to, actually I can take the 3 to the other side also. So therefore, this is 9x into 4 over 3. So therefore, let me cancel it out. 3 ones are, 3 threes are, and 3 into x into 4, that is 12x. 12x is 360 minus 6x. Therefore, 360 is 18x. Therefore, x comes out to be 20. So we very comfortably get this answer. So this is like a proof thing. Now it says find the value of y when the area of sector QPR is 2 pi. Now we have to use the same value of x because it does not say so that the value has changed. So now we are talking about the value of y when the area of the small sector QPR, that equals to 2 pi. So area of the blue sector, area of sector QPR, that is x The angle is x, which is 20 degrees. So 20 degrees divided by 360 degrees into 2 into pi r square. So this is pi, and r is y, and this is square. Now the area of sector is 2 pi. That is 2 over 36, which is 1 over 18 after the simplification, into pi into y square. So let's cancel off things. So the pi's will cancel out. 18 into 2 is 36 is y squared. Therefore, y is 6. So yes, this is question number 21. And the answer is coming out to be 6. Now, question number 22 is about matrices and quadratics. So now it's matrix multiplication. Let me highlight something. So this thing will multiply with this thing, and this green thing will also multiply with the blue thing. So now let me just charge my pencil a bit. So now the question says, show that this thing equals to 0, solve this equation, find the value of y when x is greater than 0. So now, first of all, I'll write x minus, and even before that, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 1 matrix. These two are equal. The answer will be 2 by 1 matrix, which is seen over here. So this is x plus 3 into x minus 1. Actually, this is x into x minus 1. So x into x minus 1. It goes like this. Let me just put a thing over here and over here. So this is x into x minus 1, and this is 3 into 2. And this is 2 into x minus 1, and this is x plus 1 into 2. So let me simplify on this side. So this is x squared minus x plus 6. This is 2x minus 2 plus 2x plus 2. And this thing equals to 2x plus 6. This thing equals to y. And this thing equals to 2x plus 6. This equals to y. So therefore, we have this thing, that is x squared minus x plus 6 is 2x plus 6. So therefore, let me write x squared minus x plus 6 is 2x plus 6. The 6 and the 6 cancels out. Therefore, x squared minus 3x equals to 0. That is the first thing. Solve this equation. X bracket x minus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, we get x is 0. We get x is equals to 3. Always take common whenever there is a possibility of taking common. So x is 0, x is 3. Find the value of y when x is positive. So that means let's use this value. Use x is equals to 3. So therefore, this thing 2x plus 2x, that is 4x. Y is equals to 4x. Y is equals to 4x. That's 4 times 3. That comes out to be 12. So the value of y is 12. Now, let me read the other question. This one was slightly tricky. A shop sells hats, scarves, and gloves. A group of 40 people are asked which item they buy in the shop. Sum of the result is shown in the Venn diagram. That means the Venn diagram has to be completed. Now the question says, 2 people buy all 3 items. Those people who buy both a hat and a scarf also buy glove. Now this statement is kind of strange. So let me just highlight the statement over here. Those people who buy both a hat and a scarf also buy gloves. 4 people buy exactly 2 items. Use this information to complete the Venn diagram. So now let me use colors. So this is for blue color. And then let me use green color for over here, and whatever else is left. Now, first of all, H for hat, S for scarf, G for gloves. So now 2 people buy all 3 items. That's in blue color. So let me write 2 in the middle over here. Those who buy both a hat and a scarf. So a person who is buying a hat and a scarf also buys a glove. That means there is no one who is buying only hat and scarf. So therefore, over here, we will write a 0. This needs to be fulfilled or left blank. So everyone who buys a hat or a scarf also buys gloves. So that is already included over here. That means there is no 1 over here. That goes for this also. Anyone who buys a hat and a glove also buys a scarf. That is why this is 0. So maybe they could have asked you to explain 0 in the context of this question. 4 people buy exactly 2 items. That means 4 people buy exactly 2 items. That means this is 0, this is 0. So what is left? That is scarf and glove only. So this has to be 4. So let me choose the correct color, which is 4 over here. Because exactly 2 items is basically this and this and this. These 2 were 0. So naturally, this is the only one left. Use this information to complete the Venn diagram. So now the total should be 40. So ignore this 5. So 40 will become 35. So 2 and 4, that is 6. 6 plus 3, that is 9. 9 plus 10, that is 19. 19 plus 5, that is 24. So therefore, 40 minus 24, I'm including the 5 also. That is 16. So therefore, there are 16 people who buys gloves only. Now it says work out H union G whole complement intersection with S. So H union G, this is H, this is G, this is the union. Now the complement is of H union G is 10 and 5. But we want to intersect with S, so the only answer left is 10. So let me write a 10 over here. Let me explain it once more. H union G. What is H union G? That is everything in H, everything in G. That is all this thing. But we are talking about complement. So that is this 10 and this 5. But it should be common with S. So common with S is only 10. That is why 10 is written over here. And now comes question 24. Usually vector is the last or the second last question. Now it says OAB is a triangle that I can see P lies on AB such that AP is to PB is to 3. So let me use some colors once again. And let me choose this thing. That's the first thing. That's OA. The next thing, let me mark it separately. That is AP. Let me mark this thing separately. That is the green one, which is PB. And then OB, that is in this purple type of color. And then I'm leaving OP in white as it is. Now the question says OA is 4A, that we can see. And OP is 3A plus 2B. Find in terms of A and B, your answer in its simplest form, AP and OB. So AP is what we are looking for. So let me mark it dark green. So let me choose a dark green from here. There is a light green and then there is a dark green. So now over here, or let me just change the color so that no one gets confused between the two. So let me just take the stroke eraser and this thing. So let me mark the dark green over here. And let me mark this one as this thing. So now this is better. So first of all, it's asking for AP and it's asking for OB. Okay. So when we talk about AP, O till A till P is O till P. OA plus AP, OA, let me choose a thin marker, OA plus AP is equals to OP. Therefore, AP is OP minus OA. OP is given as 3A plus 2B and OA is given as 4A. So therefore, this is negative A plus 2B. So this is negative A plus 2B. You can also write this thing as 2B minus A. So this thing is done. Now it also says the ratio of AP is to PB is to 3. So AP is to PB is 3. Therefore, if I want AB, that is 2:5. So it's my choice. I can either work with PB and use this thing, or I can work with this, and then I can find OB. So it's completely your choice. So let me work with PB. So AP is to PB is to 3. So AP is to PB is to 3. Therefore, if I have AP, and let me put all the arrows before I forget and lose marks. So if I have AP, therefore PB is 3/2 AP. So 3/2 multiplying with AP, which is minus A plus 2B. So this is negative 3/2A, and 2 cancel, that is plus 3B. This is PB. So now this thing is found. This was found earlier. Now connect the dots. OP plus PB is OB. So OB is OP plus PB. So OP is given as 3A plus 2B, 3A plus 2B, and PB is given as negative 3/2A plus 3B. So if I add it properly, this is 3A minus 3/2A, that is positive 3/2A. And then 2B and 3B, if I add, that is 5B. So this is 3/2A plus 5B, that is OB. So all good, all clear? Now it says Q is a point. The last part only for 1 mark is kind of tricky, but if such tricky ones come, it usually comes at the end. So even if you lose a mark or so, that won't disturb your A or A star. So be very, very careful with the rest of the working, and such 1 or 2 questions, difficult ones, part of it which is difficult, do come. Q is the point on OA such that QP is parallel to OB. So let me mark a point such that OB is parallel to, let me just double check this thing. So Q is on OA and QP. So we have P, and let me draw a line which is parallel to this line. So therefore this purple one and something like this. So somewhere over here is Q. QP is parallel to OB. That means they should be scalar multiple of one another. Now the thing is, we don't have Q. How will we work it out? So now the game is, this is 2 and this whole thing is 5, because this is 3, so this is 5. Therefore QP is to OB. Therefore QP is to OB should be in the ratio of 2:5. Therefore QP should be 2/5 of OB. This is OB right over here. So therefore QP is 2/5 of 3/2A plus 5B. 3 and 2 cancel out. This is 3/5 A. 5 cancel out, and this is 2B. So 3/5 A plus 2B, that is the answer for this particular part. Watch this thing once again. It says Q is a point on OA such that QP is parallel to this. If it's parallel, that means the lengths are in a particular ratio. Now this is 2 is part of this triangle. 5 is this whole thing. So the length ratio is 2:5. Therefore, QP is to OB should also be in the ratio 2:5. So 2/5 of OB, just expand, and then you get this answer. So that is how this particular paper is completed.